Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding of who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my videos do not resonate with you, please do not try to make them fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing, so let's begin healing together. I just want to say thank you once again to each and every one of you who have been riding with me and helping the channel to grow. Everybody that, hey Wendy, how are you? Everybody that joined me over on my YouTube platform is growing over there. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I couldn't do this channel without you. And that's a true story because people make things grow. And to my Lumbee family, my Kahari family, whoop, whoop, we got a big win, we got a big win, a big victory. There are some tribes that, didn't want us to get our stamp. And I am so happy that we got our stamp, of where we're supposed to be. So with that being said, I am truly grateful. I took you guys, hi, how are you? I took you guys on a tour. And my great aunt, my mother's aunt, my grandfather's sister is 99 years old. And yes, she still does do root work. She still does work the root. And so I was happy to be in North Carolina to take you guys to get to see her. And she wanted to dive in and start talking to me about things she saw. So I had to go off because my business is not your business. You know what I mean? But what I share is what I share. But personally, with my aunt sharing wisdom with me and life, I am so grateful to have that. So I'm glad she's here to be able to have this big win. Listen, the state of North Carolina has recognized us, okay? Lumbee Indians. They have recognized us. They have recognized our Kahari roots as well. However, now everybody got to join the choo-choo train. And listen, there are some people that are still angry about it because we got our flowers. And yes, I say we because we did. So to my North Carolina family, we in there. But we've always been in there, but we're in there. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm so glad that my 99-year-old great aunt got to experience this and had the pleasure of not having to see it from another realm, but just to be a part of history. For her to be able to stand where she's supposed to stand, and she stood where she has always stood. But a lot of people don't understand astrology. And let me tell you, I'm not a big person on astrology when it comes to breaking down a person one-to-one. I'm not one of those. I feel like astrology is so tedious. It's more than the signs. It's more than your zodiac sign. Astrology is life in general that we should all have an understanding of. And a lot of times when I do these readings, sometimes I respond to you and sometimes I don't. When people get upset about something that I say pertaining to their sign, they may get upset. And I've had a couple of people that would send me a message, hey, Relly, in my inbox. And they'll be like, like the other day, they said I did Gemini's dirty, but I didn't do Gemini's dirty in any type of way. That's like saying you do a Cancer dirty every time you say that a Cancer is very sensitive. I counteract that. Cancers have very powerful emotions, plain and simple. And to be sensitive, they would have to give a fuck about how you feel. And I'm a Cancer. I'm a July Cancer. So most of us would have to really like you like that. I do readings. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to get with you, Wendy. I'm going to get with you. And, after this, I'm going to get with you because I know our time zone is different. So I'm going to speak to you today, and so I'm going to send you my phone number. Well, you should have it, but I'm going to send it to you. But I'm going to speak to you today. But a lot of people, they get upset when I do zodiac signs and when they think that I'm saying something negative about that zodiac sign. It's nothing negative. It's the truth. Every sign is known for something different. And that's just who you are. So when you write me a letter in my inbox and you share your unpleasantries, then you're just telling me you're the person that I'm talking about. Sometimes it's better to not say anything because when you say something, that just lets a person know that you're a bother. And as I said yesterday, my mother always said that a hit dog will holler. And, my family is from the country, so we have analogies like that. So that means I struck a nerve. And a lot of times I bypass your messages. I do, because a lot of people are not worth responding to. Some people I just won't open it at all, and that's the truth. And another thing, there was another person who wrote me and she was like, you never show your face. And I'm like, yes, I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. You may catch me when I'm not showing it. There's nothing to hide. And she said that. She said, you must have something to hide. Honey, how you feel about you is how you feel about you. How I feel about me is how I feel about me. And I love me unconditionally. I'm a mother of 5, so imagine some stretch marks here and there. But my mother taught me how to counteract that. My mother was all about the body. So anytime that I got pregnant, she would make a concoction to make sure you rub it all over the body. My mother, she's beautiful. So she wanted to make sure we stay body beautiful and face beautiful. When I got this scar from the motorcycle accident, she couldn't look at me. Let me tell you, she was more hurt than I was, And so we take care of ourselves. One thing about it, it doesn't matter how a person sees me. What matters is how I view myself when I look in the mirror. And I've already spoken about this. But there was a female, and I won't hurt your feelings. She jumps in and she was like, why do you hide? Honey, I don't hide ever. I don't hide ever. And ever. A lot of times when I'm doing the reading, if you're here in the beginning, I'm just like this, 1-to-1, you and I. But I'll put the cards on the desk. I want you to watch me shuffle. I want you not only to watch me shuffle, I want you to see the cards fall out for you. A lot of times, some readers have cards already on the desk, handpicked. I call them handpicked. I don't want to see a reading like that. I want to see an authentic reading Whatever comes out, comes out. Whatever the message is going to be is what the message is going to be. A lot of times people get it misconstrued. They think that I'm reading for one person and one person only. However, the reading may resonate with multiple people. Thank you so much. A lot of people may resonate. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the heart. A lot of people may resonate with the reading. One-to-one readings on my personal website, that's you and I. And so we get to talk about everything and anything when it's you and I. But up here, I don't give that kind of attention because I'm trying to get through the reading and I'm trying to give you as much information as I possibly can. Hi, how are you, Sarah? How are you, Sarah? I have an aunt named Sarah. She's crossed over. She was a root worker too. I'm named after her. Excuse me, I'm trying to keep from coughing. Listen, they said that I have bronchitis. That's what they said. But this chick is fighting it. I'm fighting it as much as I possibly can. How are you? You said you're good. I'm glad you're good. We should all be good. Let me tell you, if you got a roof over your head, you should be good. I promise you. People are in the worst situations. Some by their own hands and some not by their hands due to unfortunate situations. I have encountered some homeless people with master's degree or doctorates and just ended up in bad places and bad situations. Let me tell you, if I got a bottle of water in my refrigerator and nothing else, I'm good. You understand what I'm saying? I don't complain about much. I don't complain about much. We shouldn't. We got to be selective when we do complain about things because whomever you pray to is always listening. And we always have to remember that somebody may have it a little worse than you. You get what I'm saying? We may think that our situations is the end all be all, but there's somebody going through it that's much worse. I'm one of those people that I'm grateful for everything. If I'm in the store with my husband and if I grab a bag of chips and he pays for it instead of me, I'm like, thank you. And he used to say, why do you always say thank you? Because I know what it's like to have. I know what it's like to have not. And I know what it's like to have. And then I know what it's like to count those pennies, count those dollars and make it work. You understand what I'm saying? True story. True story. Girl, Callie, if I'm saying it right, Callie, you so old school. I know, trust me. Putting that onion under my feet at night with a pair of socks on, it's going to pull all that stuff out, right? I'm so stubborn because I don't want my bed to smell like onions, right? Girl, you know I'm a female. I don't want my body to be like, is that you? You get what I'm saying? So that's why I haven't done it, but I know about it. I do that to the grandbabies all the time. Anytime that they have a cold, or anything, a cold is coming, I do that immediately and let it all come out. And I'm old school. I'm 52 years old, so I have strong roots in the South. I'm the grandma and I'm the mommy when my kids was stuffy. And this is going to sound nasty to y'all, but Callie understands what I'm talking about. I'm the mommy that would take her mouth and blow it up my kid's nose and let it come out one nostril and then blow it up the other side. Listen, and then I have all the little snot and boogers on my face. I'm that mommy. I'm that grandma. You understand, Rowley? Yeah. Sometimes we got to get down, dirty, and nasty with our kids if we want to make sure they're good. And then we do it for the grandbabies as well, for that mucus to come out. And that's true. We got to get up and we got to do it. But no, listen, I've been looking at that onion And then I'm like, I don't want to get in the bed with it. Yes, honey, you understand. So we got some mommies up here. We got some grandmommies. We got some aunties. That's what we do. We get nasty like that, you know? And I'm the girl. My kids are grown. Look, and I'm wiping the corner out of their eye. And they be like, Ma, you put your spit on me. And I'm like, well, you lived up in here. You lived up in here, you know? Oh, I ain't going to tell you how many grands we got. We got a whole basketball team. We don't have any girls. I would love a girl. I would love a girl. We got boys. All boys. All boys. I would love a granddaughter. But I want it from my youngest daughter. No time soon. But before I hit 60-something, because at 60-something, I don't know if they're going to get the best of me for me to run, jump, and play with. I play with the grandbabies. You know what I mean? I'm one of them. I play with the grandbabies. When my kids were growing up, thank you, Eternal. When my kids were growing up, and my kids are grown, they used to come ring my doorbell, knock on the door, and ask me to come outside and play. So when I tell you I could ball, I could ball. I still play basketball. I used to do football with my boys. I'd be like, let me have it. Bring it to me. Because when they're on that field, I want to make sure they'll never have a concussion. And I would get out there and I would get dirty with them. I am that mom. I am that grandma. And boys are rough, so you got to be just as rough, because as a female, if you show any kind of weakness, you know, if they hit you in that spot, and you be like, damn, you can't ever show them that, not to a boy, you know? So, yeah, with the boys, I get down and dirty with them. Listen, I'm one of them. I like to have fun. And the best thing I love doing with all of them is getting up dancing and stuff like that, and they jump on in. But I know I enjoy the kids. I like kids over adults. I do. I like kids over adults. I grew up with male cousins and uncles, so we know the toughness. Absolute, you have to. I grew up the same way. There were more males in my family than females, you know what I mean? And that was on both sides of the family, my father's side and also my mother's side. And to be honest with you, I'm probably the toughest out of all of them, including the boys. My male cousins, to me, and they're bitches, because they be up, listen, my family be up here, but they know how I feel. Just because I got some that live in Florida, they still go hunting for the wild boars. They get the alligators and stuff. They think they tough because they could. But, no. I'm the one in the background. I was always the one in the background for my male cousins, each of them. They all, listen, when I close my eyes, they'll all have a story to tell. They'll be able to come to my funeral and all tell how I had their backs. But my funeral was going to be private. I only want 3 people at my funeral. My husband, my daughter, and my one grandbaby. And nothing against the other grandbabies. I don't think that, I just want to go out like that. That's how I want to go out. I don't want to be in a church. Don't bring me to a church. Y'all know, y'all hear me tell you all the time, I'm not a religious woman. I want to be outside, old school. And if the casket could fit in my living room, I'd rather do it in my house. And when I get cremated, I already have my place that they can watch me get cremated. I want them to watch me. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I want them to have a front view. I do. Yeah, I do. And all of them to put me inside of a necklace. I'm old school like that. We just buried my uncle, and I was like, they better not have him at no church. and he was not at a church. I was like, they knew better. Some of my family is religious and some of them not. But I don't want a funeral per se. I'm going to preach my own funeral. I'm going to speak. All they have to do is press play. I'm going to sing like my name is Mary. I can't sing. And if any of you are Mary fans, and if you get mad, I'm a truth teller. Mary, okay. I'm okay. So I'm going to be singing like I'm Mary. You know, Mary is not Aretha. You know what I'm saying? Mary is not Whitney, you know? But I love Mary. I do. I love Mary. You would like to visit my business? You know what? I have a website. I currently don't have a place, but I have been thinking about that. I really have been. I have been thinking about getting a small spot, and that's the truth. I've thought about it. I have to let the pros and cons meet up to see which one outweighs the other. But you're not the first person that's asked me about that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hearts. But a lot of people have asked me about that. I've been thinking about it. Trust me, it's on my brain. I have been thinking about it. Thank you so much for the hearts. In time, maybe in the next year or two, I may do it. I have been thinking about it wholeheartedly. That's something that stays on my mind. It really does. But I do readings. You could book with me through my website. And if you book with me through my website, you'll see the calendar. Now, my daughter is on my website. I am removing her. And that's only because she's in school. So her focus has to be in school. So I am going to remove her from my website. If you could catch her before I remove her, we're different. When we do readings, we're different. She does her thing. I do my thing. We balance out. But I have to call my guy to take her off the website. So I have to actually do my website over, you know? And in all fairness to her, she said, Mom, don't at me. And I was like, no, you do what I do. And she was like, yeah, but I'm not going to be able to dedicate myself. And she's right. She's right. School first. Because one day I'm going to be old and I need that college degree for her to be able to feed me. It's called karma. What goes around comes around. We take care of them and they take care of us. That's how it's supposed to be. Everybody don't do it like that. Everybody don't give you the big payback. But listen, I'm a mother of 5, so that's the only one that I know that really got my back. The other ones would be like, when's she gonna go to sleep? Did she leave us something? Did she have an insurance policy? Yeah, that's how my other kids would be. They selfish. They are. Hit me in my inbox. Hit me in my inbox, Callie. Hit me in my inbox. You have 5 too? I have 3 boys and 2 girls. And then I have another daughter and I have another son. So I have a total of 7. I have a total of 7. Yeah. I've thought about fostering. I'm not sure. You know, you have 3 girls and 2 boys. See that? 3 girls and 2 boys. I wish I had all girls with the exception of 1. I wish my oldest 2 sons were girls. It's the truth. My youngest son, he could stay a boy. I feel like life would have been so much easier. But my boys, they are in their 30s. And my youngest son, he's about to hit his 30. And he's married. He's an honorable guy. But he's married. My middle son, I don't think he's ever going to get married. And my oldest son, I don't think nobody want to marry him. You have 5 great-grandchildren. I don't have any great-grandchildren yet. They're still babies. You know, they still elementary school. I know. I remember all your girls are Scorpios. I told you, you got a hell of a house. You got some strong personalities. But keep them grounded, because for them to all be Scorpios, they are very intelligent. Scorpios are really intelligent. It's an intelligent sign. I don't care what month they were born. Scorpios are one of the signs that were meant to be. 26 grandchildren. Okay, now. Okay. Look, that's how my grandma was doing it. My grandparents, both sides. My mother's mother, 11 kids. My father's mother, 10. So, you know, they like bumping and grinding. And then their children. And then here I am, the grand. And then my children, the great grand. And that's how it goes. So, you know, just wish the connection was a little better between us. But let me just say that. Wish the connection was a little better. Your moon is in Scorpio. Danger. Okay. Get on the floor. All right. Your moon is in Scorpio. So you don't play with them kids. You don't play. You one of them assertive mommies. Like, sit your ass down. You heard what I said, right? They better not bring that moon in Scorpio out. Yes, yes. Listen, let me tell you. But Scorpios, you have strong personalities. You got to keep your foot on their necks. You know what I mean? You only have 1 daughter and 2 sons. Listen, so they was getting busy. My kids, I know we had that kind of a relationship to whereas that they would tell me anything. And you know, you had to keep that open door policy no matter what they said, even if it made you cringe. You couldn't show them that you would cringe. They would say things to me. I would go in the bathroom and I'd be like, ah, you know what I mean? But if I did that in their face, they may not tell me anything. And I always, out of my sons, they were all snitches on each other. But they will always say, Mommy, don't say anything. Don't say anything. So when they got older, my son would be like, this middle one, he'd be like, I used to tell Mommy everything. And I'm like, excuse me, y'all all told me everything. So they were all my snitches and didn't know that they was telling on the next. You know what I mean? They didn't know. So I have a Sagittarius. I have a Gemini. Oh my goodness. And I have oh my goodness, brain fog, older woman disease, brain fog. Oh my God. Let me ask, put your brother's, the baby boy sign up. She may get mad. She may get mad. Type his sign up there for me. I forgot his sign. I just did his sign too. Sagittarius, Gemini, not Libra. Dang. Taurus. Pisces. Pisces, the mystical fish. Pisces. Okay. But he's the only one that's married. He's the only one that's married, the youngest one. He has a Boricua. He got a Boricua. Yeah. Those Saggies are nosy but big babies. Saggies are nosy, big babies. But I have that December Saggy. And that's a rough one. I have a December Saggy, and that's a rough one. He do these a lot. No chill. No chill at all. Me too. Me too. Me too. Yeah, but I got that kind of Saggy. These right here. I understand. Trust me, I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. Cancer got to protect themselves. Your brother is a Saggy. Saggies, they're different. They're good-hearted. Then they could be your worst enemy. And then they forgot that they stab you in the back. They stab you in the back and they want to pull the knife out. Then they want to say sorry. Then they want to do it again. I'm just saying. Saggy, they should be best friends with Geminis. I'm just saying. And they do. And they do. That's what they think. They all do. The Pisces, sneaky but a fighter. My Pisces is, I call my mystical fish dangerous. My Pisces is dangerous as well. Yes. Nope. Today just came up to conversate. We're going to talk about the big three. Everybody understanding their sun, their moon, their rising. I'm going to dive into that. Then I'm going to pull just a couple of cards. That's it. Aquarius. Now, I love Aquarius. My mom, she's an Aquarius. My grandson is an Aquarius. Aquarius, Scorpio, Aries are very smart. We got Capricorn that falls into alignment with that. We have Capricorn and we have Taurus that rise on in. Virgo, I'm going to have to go like this. I'm going with how smart they are. Virgo, they are intelligent, but let me tell you about a Virgo. Virgo does a lot with this. They do a lot with their heart. Always good, always kind to everybody, but people take them for granted. I just had this conversation before I got on live with my daughter. We were talking about Virgos. And but when Virgo is done with you, they're done with you. When Virgo stops loving you, it's a wrap. I don't care if they're a family member, they may say hi, but they're going to keep it moving. Once the love is gone, the love is gone. That's how a Virgo is. A Virgo is going to give you all of this. Everything. They're going to give you everything. Hurt them, betray them, it's a wrap. There's no coming back. I don't care if you have a Virgo friend, family member, whatever the case may be. As long as you do right by the Virgo, Virgo is always going to do right by you. But when you cross them and you be like, I apologize, when they're done, they're done. When they're done. So if you have their love, you better keep their love. Don't mess it up. Virgo, they have this point of no return. They'll let you sit on their couch, have a conversation, but it doesn't mean that they have a heart for you anymore. Once you betray them and they say it's enough and that they're done, you better know that they're telling the truth. That's what it is with a Virgo. Virgos will give you the shirt off their back and the shoes off their feet. But if you think you're going to dog them out, they're done. They're done. And this is no better. This is coffee. This is coffee. So I'm not helping my bronchitis, right? Drinking coffee, excuse me. But I want to dive into the big three because I feel like people should really, that's you, Callie, that's you. Yes. When you're done, you're done. And it's not your fault, it's that person's fault. Because when you give them this, your heart is your hand. And they misuse it, it's a wrap. And I just bought some peppermint tea. Listen, I have so much tea. If I showed you my tea cabinet, but the coffee. And my husband is up here watching, and he's probably like, listen, she hard-headed. I make him tea every 3 days, And I'm always making sure he's right. You know, I get him right. And I showed you guys how I make my tea. So old school with it. And make sure he's healthy. And he's like, you never do that for you. This is my thing. Between the two of us, he and I, he's the better part of me. So if one gotta go one day, I'd rather he stay. Because he's going to make sure everybody is good. That's how I look at it. Now, I shouldn't look at it that way. I should look at it as we be here and we take this ride together. But no, I love him that much. I do. I do. A lot. A whole lot. A whole lot. But let us get to this. I want to discuss the big three with you guys. And as I discuss the big three, listen, I'm back on my habit. My drug of choice is jelly beans. So I'm back on my jelly beans. I just started them again within the last week. I'm back on my jelly beans. We're going to hit up a deck. This is going to be for everyone, whomever the reading resonates with. That's who it's going to be for. But I just wanted to speak about the big three, because a lot of people have a misconception of the way that I explain things. And I know that I explain things in a way that many people may not understand, but some would say I talk in riddles, and then others would say that they understand me clearly. But I always tell people there's always a method to my madness. So when we discuss the big three, let's talk about how nature provides everything for us. Nature plays the most important role to our lives. From the grass growing beneath our feet to the stars hanging above our head. When I go over your signs in the reading, and I'm discussing with you where your planets are in your sign, I'm telling you that for a reason, for you to connect to your energy as far as your health, your wealth, your career, your home, your family. I'm doing that for a number of reasons, because a lot of people, they know their signs, but they don't know within that sign what they're ruled by and what planet helps to provide for them. As I said, and I'll say it again, thank you so much, Sonny. Thank you, Sonny. I'll say it again, 1000%. I am not a religious person, although I do know many religions. I was blessed enough to be able to homeschool my children, but I was blessed enough to have the type of mother who dived into different religions as well. Whatever she learned, she taught us. But she also allowed us to decipher where we wanted to be, how we wanted to be. And I did the same things with my children. When it comes to our birth charts, you would absolutely know exactly where your planets are at and during what phase of moon cycles that you can use their energy. That's what a lot of astrologers would tell you. But if you're somebody like me and you connect to your planets, you know them, and you have a deep understanding of them, you can call out to the energy of. So I always encourage everyone to get their birth charts, knowing the exact date you were born, the exact time you were born, the location where the birth took place are all important factors. However, everyone doesn't have that information, unfortunately. Excuse me. And that's due because maybe adoption, maybe foster care, maybe records being altered. So everyone doesn't always know. But if you can get as close to the date as you possibly can, you get to leave the time out of your natal chart. When it comes to sun signs, that's your core self. When it comes to moon signs, that's your emotional self. When it comes to the rising, that's another person's perspective. And do we care about what another person thinks about us? Absolutely not. You should never care about what the next person thinks of you. You know, when you do something, can you live with what you did? When you say something, can you live with what you said? If you're cool with it, that's all that matters. You have to be okay with the choices that you make in life. So I'm a Cancer, right? And so let's just speak about a Cancer sun. I'm only using myself as an example. You know, my life's purpose when it comes to a Cancer is supposed to be to form emotional bonds with others. Now, this is not about the day that I was born. This is not about the time I was born. This is not about the place where I was born. So when you don't have that kind of information, this is what will come out. It'll come out and they'll tell you that Cancers are supposed to form bonds with others. Now, I'm not that kind of Cancer. True story. I treat people according to, and that's the truth. You good to me, I'm good to you. The hardest part about me is when I can see something or someone for who and what they are. That's when the challenges arises. However, I do give people chance after chance. So if we're discussing the Cancer moon, then in a person's natal chart, they would say that the Cancer's moon, that's your strongest placement that the crab can be in, because that's where your strength comes from. But then they also say it's your most vulnerable side. And I don't have a vulnerable side when I'm in public. I may have a vulnerable side in my house, but to the outside world, you'll never see it. So once again, it all depends on what day of the week you were born, what time of day you were born, and where you were born. When it comes to a Cancer's rising, that's your ascendant. So that means that this person is supposed to have impeccable memory, the best memories, the strongest memories. Like you didn't forget anything that was emotional to you, meaning that you connected to, whether it be in a good or bad way. You're supposed to remember all the details for some. Once again, it depends on the time, the day of the week, and it also depends on where you were born. So there are some spots online, you can look it up to get your natal chart, and you can get free examples of them. You don't always have to pay for a natal chart, but if you want the full chart to have a deeper dive into who you are, they are worth getting. They are worth getting. I promise they are worth getting, because then you'll be able to understand you a little better, and you'll be able to just have so much information about yourself. Most natal charts are accurate when you can put in as much information as you can. You're right. Yes, they are worth it. They are worth it, Sonny. They are. Now, I know some personal astrologers, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone, but I do know some personal astrologers. They are expensive. They may charge you $300, $400, even up to $500 to $700 to do your astrology chart. They are expensive. I know some really great ones. However, I'm not going to recommend them when you can get your natal chart and you can pay $40, $50, $60. You see the price different? I'm Captain Save a Hoe. I like to save money. I do. I like to save. So you can go to an astrologist and sit down with them, do your whole chart, or you can get the same information if you get your own natal chart and put in as much information as you possibly can. When they give you an example of, it'll be a little bit, but it'll be that cliffhanger that makes you want more. I need you to do something for me on sending my number. Okay. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Let me ring my bell. This is a general reading. If the reading is for you, I promise it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading until the end. If the reading isn't for you, that means the message is not for you at this present time. But if it's not for you, you don't need to take a piece from here or there to try to make it fit your situation. As my grandmother would say, if it's for you, it'll be for you from the rooter to the tutor. I promise. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. This is not for any particular sign. I know that I'm supposed to be diving into fire signs next, but I'm going to get to fire signs tomorrow. The first card that we have out is In Other News. In other news, it is time for you to do some self-reflection. For whomever this is, Spirit wants you to do some self-reflection, some soul searching. Spirit is encouraging you to go within to rediscover who you truly are and what you truly want in this life. It's crazy that we were just discussing the natal charts. The natal charts are a great guide to you. It's a great guide to self-help, self-care, for you to have a greater understanding of who you are. You know how sometimes people be like, why did this have to happen to me? Why did I end up with this family and not that family? There are so many questions. And in your natal chart, you'll find a lot of those answers. But the only answer that you need to know is when you question your lineage of where you came from, you picked those people. You picked your mother. You picked your father. You absolutely did. Absolutely, without a doubt, you picked your parents for one reason or the other. Each and every one of us got to pick our parents. We did. It's a true story. One day, when we cross over, and if you ever see me on one of them realms, you could be like, dang, you were right. It's a fact. We all pick our parents. We end up in situations that we end up in for a reason. One reason or another. But jumping in and finding out about you, getting your natal chart, is going to be the first steps of you understanding you on a deeper level. We have breaking news at the bottom of the deck. Spirit says you are to remain drama-free. Don't let others pull you into a world of stress and mental turmoil. Remain in tranquility and avoid anything or anyone that is disturbing your peace. This goes without saying. Listen, for anyone, that goes without saying. Not unless you like that drama, not unless you like being on that. I dislike drama with a passion. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people get me messed up. They get me twisted in the game. They think that she's such a cool person that she'll just go along with my bullshit. I don't go along with anybody's bullshit. If you're right, you're right. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. But it's not for me to get up into your world of drama. I always tell people I never start any trouble. And that's a true story. Not one person in this world could ever say that I start trouble. And that's a fact. From the time I was young to me, an adult at 52 years old, I don't start drama. However, when you bring it to me, the problem is going to be how I handle it. And then you're going to cry. You're going to be upset because we may not handle it in the same way. I keep myself away from people. I keep myself away from bullshit. But when you bring it to me, I'm not the one getting my feelings hurt. You are. So Spirit is telling someone who needs to control their temper to remain drama-free. Don't let anyone bring you into their world of drama, chaos, or anything of that nature. Remain drama-free, stress-free. And anytime I see this card, it's because something good is about to come for someone. Ding, ding, ding. Something good is about to happen for someone. I'm just trying to see which deck I'm going to use. So excuse me while I just move a few things out of the way. We're going to come right here. I cleanse my space before this reading. Sometimes you guys get to see me cleanse my space. Other times I try to clean my space before we get to the reading. But this reading is not for any particular sign. If you resonate with the reading, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. You know, oftentimes people get angry because of how you respond to their bullshit. And then they want to say, well, she said, he said, they did this, they did that. And you don't want no parts of that. You don't want any parts of that. However, you got to be careful inviting people into your mess because some people enjoy that, but not me. I don't want any of it because I'm a different breed. And I know this thing called self-control, and man, I've been using it. Let me tell you. Ocean of the Dusk. This is the number 44. Now, you know, anytime we see a number 4 in a reading, that's Make-A-Wish. So you have 2 wishes. This is the number 44. The number 4, 1 wish. The second 4 is 2 wishes. Ocean of the Dusk. She thick. She's sexy. She kind of look like me. She thick. So we have cycles. We go through many cycles in our life. We go through ups and downs. We go through downs and ups. However, this is someone who's transitioning. Now, we are coming to the close of the year, and we're going into 2026. So, this is closure. Someone needs to close something out as soon as possible. Someone needs to let something go. Let it ride. Never discuss it again. Never speak of it again. That's why we had the beginning card in other news. It is time for you to do some self-reflection. Spirit is encouraging you to go within, to rediscover who you are and what you truly want in this life. Once you discover that, as Marvin Gaye said, then it's time to close the door. We have the number 4, 4. The number 4 is related to self-reflection. Is related to self-expression. Good evening. Is also linked to loyalty. But this is you being loyal to you, being loyal to yourself so that you can have that mental stability. Now, this requires trust. You have to trust in you and also have patience when you go through that self-reflection. Have patience. But you are determined, whomever I'm speaking to overcome. The number 4 is also a number that possesses energies of the archangels. Overall, the number 4 is a number of focus. This is time for you to get focused in your energy, setting a foundation. 2026, I know a lot of people make New Year's resolutions. I know a lot of people who never stick by them. And I know a lot of people who try to. And I know a lot of people who do. They are successful. However, Spirit saying whatever went on in 2025, don't bring it with you in 2026. So whomever you need to cut off, whatever you need to let go of, whether it's hurt, pain, sadness, whether it's a family member, a friend, a co-worker, whatever you need to close the door on, do it. But do it in a gentle way because there's no need for drama. Now, when you have to close the door on people, sometimes people get mad. You have a lot of nerve. Oh, you changed. Oh, you acting funny. Oh, you think you're better. And to all of those, just say I am. Because I'm setting a new foundation. I've completed that cycle with you. And honesty, I want to move forward into 2026 fresh, clean, and new. So look out for it and you will see the numbers in these sequences. The number 4, 44, as we see right here, 44, 444, and 4444. Those numbers and those sequences hold great power. This means make a wish. Whatever you wish for will be granted, as long as the wish isn't made to harm anyone. Make the wish with gratitude, feeling and showing an appreciation of kindness, being thankful. Thankful for you to have this wish. Now, I would never, and anytime the number 4 comes up in my readings, I would never encourage anyone to make the wish right here, right now. The card says you need to do some self-reflection. After you go over what no longer fits, what you want to leave behind in 2025, that's when you should make your wish. When you make your wish, never make your wish to harm anyone. This is solely for you. Don't waste your wish wanting to do somebody dirty, wanting to harm them. Remember this card, Spirit says, stay out of that drama. It's needless. That means it's not necessary. You have a wish. You should use these wishes to do better, to be better, to want more, to have more. I'm just saying, never tell a grown person what to do. But you do have 2 wishes. We have the number 16. This is Oshan, the warrior. Listen, this is you tapping into your personal power. Whoever I'm speaking to, this is you tapping into your personal power. As these cards surround the first card that came out, it's time for you to do some self-reflection. What do you need to let go of? Why do you keep thinking about it? Why do you keep going back to it? You can't change it. You can't fix it. What was done was done. And what was said was said. 2025, whatever you need to leave behind, leave it there. And don't bring it with you into 2026. The number 16 is Oshan, the warrior. That's personal power. That's you being assertive with everything that you do. That means You're not letting anyone disrespect you. You're not letting anyone hurt you mentally or physically. This is you being a leader. So this is you taking your power back from anyone that you allowed to step all over you. Remember, you're not a doormat. The doormat is there for people to wipe their feet on, to leave their dirt at the door so they don't track it through your house. You're not a doormat. So it's time for you to be your greatest warrior. It's time for you to protect who you are. This is you setting that foundation, saying no more. We have the number 36. This is Oshan of Unlocked Gates. I love seeing this because with the number 44, with 2 wishes on the table, here's the key. She is holding the key. Don't get locked into the pictures being feminine. We all have masculine and feminine energies within all of us. The key opens your door to freedom. This is you breaking barriers, unleashing your potential. So, did you want to do something and you never thought that you could? You felt like maybe you didn't have the time, you didn't have the finances, or simply the energy. Whatever it is that you have been wanting to do and never got a chance to doing it, make this wish for yourself because you have the key. The universe is saying, I'm granting you 2 wishes that are definitely going to come true, that will be favorable for you. But this is also saying that there's someone who has great potential. Maybe starting a business. I'm just saying, sometimes you have to start off small in order for it to grow. Maybe you thought about, I'm just saying, writing a book, but you felt like you didn't have enough time. This is you breaking barriers of the things that you thought you couldn't do. Spirit is saying you can. Here's the key. Use it wisely. We have, thank you so much, Relly, the number 12, Oshan of the Dance. This is Oshan of the Dance, which simply means happiness. 2026, there's someone here who's going to have so much happiness. With that happiness, know where it came from. And it came from the same place that lets the grass grow under your feet and allows the stars to hang over your head. So whomever you pray to, whomever you meditate to, show them gratitude in advance, because this is somebody whose life is about to change because you are taking your power back. This is your personal power. This is you being a leader of you, of your life. Okay. Let me just shuffle these cards. I sent 100 comments. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, share this channel. Help the channel to grow. And if you're following me over here, follow me on my YouTube platforms. All the videos that I do, I put them on the YouTube platform so you can replay them. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, 9 cards. Ooh, wee. Let's leave these there for a second. Let's get these out first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I asked for a 9-card spread, but we have a 12-card spread. And that's not rare. Spirit does what Spirit wants to do. Well, 14. 14, that's another number 4 for you. 14 cards. With that being another 4 for you with 14 cards, that's 3 wishes. But we'll get to that in a second. We're starting off with the number 11. The number 11 is straight up justice. This is justice for someone. So maybe there's a person going through some legalities. Everything is going to work out in your favor, whomever this is for. You may be going through some legalities at this time, maybe going to court. Whatever that situation is going to be favorable to you. You will have some clarity. With justice, the truth always comes out. So if you've been wanting to know something and you've been asking someone to tell you the truth, justice is here. The truth will always be revealed. Let me explain why. Because it's this thing that's cause and effect. Whatever someone's action is, there's always going to be an effect behind it. The action is the cause, and the effect is how something is responded to. So it's called karma. Somebody tells a lie, the truth comes out. The truth comes out, somebody tries to cover it with a lie. You get what I'm saying? Cause and effect, right? But the justice card is also someone taking accountability for their actions within a situation. But justice also brings balance. So things are about to be in order. We have the number 6, which is the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups simply means you may be reconciling with someone. It doesn't have to be an old lover, but it can be. It could be an old friend. It's someone that you haven't spoken to in a while. You haven't seen them in a while. However, when this person comes in, they're bringing kindness. They don't want to argue. They don't want to fuss and fight. They just want to reminisce about the good old days, the good times that the two of you shared. But somebody from your past with the 6 of Cups is returning. Let me just tell you that. They're coming in. So you know who you haven't spoken to in a while. We have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords for someone, conflict. The 5 of Swords always brings conflict and disagreements. But you remember, with this being here, breaking news, what happened at the bottom of the day? Spirit says you are to remain drama-free. Don't let others pull you into a world of stress and mental turmoil. Remain in your tranquility and avoid anything or anyone that is disturbing your peace. So, the 5 of Swords, someone wants to bring conflict. Don't even get in the mix of it. Let them have at it. My mother will always say it takes 2 to tango. That means it took 2 to argue. And only a fool will talk to his or herself. Allow that person to yell, scream, whatever. And I know if somebody calls you out your name, you're ready to bop them, right? Don't even do it. It took me a long time to control myself. I used to be one of them hands-on person. If somebody says something, and what's the worst thing a person could call you is a bitch, right? But then I realized I don't have 4 legs. I have 2 arms and 2 legs, and I walk upright, so I'm not a dog. So that word doesn't even disturb me at all. You can say what you want. You can call me whatever you want. But I'm so petty. Whether your mama living or deceased, call your mama that. Did you say that to your mama? And if they have a daughter, male or female, did you say that to your child? Don't say anything to me that you can't say to someone you love, because somebody does love me. I'm somebody's child. I come from a mother and a father. Do not indulge, do not engage in their misery. Misery brings conflict. Misery disturbs the peace. When somebody disturbs the peace, that's a betrayal. You know, sometimes people be like, I said it because I was mad. But there's always some truth in someone's anger. There's someone that could too be in competition with you. Someone could have this secret rivalry, jealous of you. So there's no win here. There's no lose. But you will be the victor as long as you keep your mouth shut. Do not indulge. When you are on a path to greatness, anything and everything tries to knock you off your throne, knock you from your peace, your happiness, because there's always an energy that doesn't want you to succeed, to make it. You have to be stronger than that energy. And as the card says, you have to be that leader. You have to be powerful. Now, we have the number 17. See that bullshit over here? This is the star. That means you are the star. So let them argue by themselves. Let them say whatever they want. That secret competition. Listen, when I was growing up, there was this song, and it said, there is no competition. We're on a mission. Dun, 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 dun. We're on a mission. That was Salt and Pepper, I'm just saying. But this is a small time person. This is a small fish compared to a big fish. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're a big fish. That jealousy, no competition. No competition. Let me tell you, there's no competition. So let them be over there by yourself, because even the universe recognizes you as the star. You're full of hope. 2026, you're full of hope. It's 2025 right now, and you're like, I'm baddie. And I see Callie wrote, yeah, so Callie understands you're not going to let anybody knock you off your throne. This is a person that's healing. This is a person that has faith. When a person has faith, they free themselves from this type of situation or these type of people. So you're confident. No matter what someone says to you or try to bring you into their world of BS, I see you, Eternal. Your confidence is too strong to indulge in that, to engage. Listen, male or female, you're beautiful. You're handsome. With the star, that's money coming in. That's good fortune. Now, that's fame. If you desire to be famous, to be in the spotlight, here it is. That's what the star is. The star shines in front of everyone. Now, let's go back to the money. Have you ever had money that appeared out of nowhere? Whether it showed up in your mailbox and you'd be like, why did I get this check? Why did the electric company give me this money, or the water company? Or somebody tells you overpaid something. That's money coming in. When that money comes in, use it wisely. We have the number 9. This is the Hermit. This is the Hermit with the number 9. Soul searching. Soul searching. But that's what the card said. The very first card that you received, self-reflection, equal to soul searching. It is time for you to do some self-reflection. Spirit is encouraging you to go within, to rediscover who you truly want to be, who you are, and what do you want in your life. So the Hermit is someone that takes a step back from people and they soul search. They really weigh their pros and their cons. Who doesn't need to walk with me into 2026, and who do I need to leave behind? This is you having that moment of solitude. You know how sometimes you take a bath and you just need that quiet for yourself? Sometimes I go in the closet, no lie, and I sit on the floor. Or I'll go to the basement. Let me just tell you, this is someone who's going to withdraw and think about things. You're going to do some self-reflection. You want that inner guidance. Should I or shouldn't I? And when you dive deep into the core of you, those answers are right there. With all that being said, here's the Ace of Pentacles. Now, that's some more money. Excuse me. With the Ace of Pentacles, that's prosperity. For some of you, that prosperity is all about the money. That's all you're thinking about. For some of you, prosperity is having courage, good health. Prosperity comes in so many different forms and fashions for so many different people, but this is you with the Ace of Cups manifesting your desires. So you have already 3 wishes on the board with the 44, and here's a 14 card spread. So I gave you another 4, but listen, we ain't done yet because we got another one coming up. But this is a new financial opportunity for someone. Like I said, somebody could be starting a business. This is going to bring in a lot of stability, that new business, because the Ace of Pentacles is a new business. Get your action plan into gear because 2026 is going to be a whole new world. So guess what we got, y'all? We got another wish. We have the 4 of Cups. Are y'all, who's keeping count of these wishes? We have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups, you're refusing offers. Let's just say if you're single, you're not ready to jump into anything new right now. You have a lot more going on, especially if you're starting a business, but you're refusing offers. See, once again, that's this jealous person over here. They know your star power, and everybody else knows your star power too, because everybody wants you, all eyes on you, male or female. However, you're bored with the offers that you've been receiving because with you starting this new business, you're like, I'm a boss. I'm standing in my power. I could do for me. I don't need anybody to do for me. However, there's someone that you keep thinking about. And with you thinking about this person, you feel like they were a missed opportunity. But there's no such thing as a missed opportunity because what's meant for you will be for you. My mother walking towards her kitchen in her house, and it still has on the wall. And I know most of you, your families may have this saying, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. And if it doesn't, then it never was. This missed opportunity, there's no such thing. Whatever is meant for you will be. That's the number 4. You know what the number 4 means? That means here's another wish for you to put in your pocket. Now, there's a 9 of Swords. Everything is going well for you. But with the 9 of Swords, suffering, worry, lack of sleep. I don't want any of this to be taken away from me. So there's somebody like life is going too good, it's too perfect, everything is just right. You have to remove that anxiety. You have to remove that negativity. You know, you hurt yourself when you do that. Like, things are going too good. I don't want things to mess up. Guess what? You're bringing that energy to you for it to be messed up. Just say, act like your name is Langston Hughes and be like, life is fine as wine. Meaning just go with the flow of all this wonderfulness. Let me sound like the Rugrats. I used to watch that with my daughters. Let's look at all this beautifulness. And you understand what I'm saying? But the Nine of Swords is when somebody comes to their breaking point, that mental anguish. Why don't you think all these good things are supposed to be for you? Why don't you think that you are deserving of them? We all are. And when you understand your power, when you understand your strength, you will take these gifts and embrace them. And all you need to do is say, thank you. I do deserve this. You do. We have the Eight of Swords. Once again, you don't hear me yet. You still don't hear me because the Eight of Swords is someone feeling trapped, isolating themselves, because some of you may be scared with all this money coming in that somebody may try to scheme you out of it, take it from you. You're worried, feeling victimized, right? Having these negative thoughts. With the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, you must remove that shit from your subconscious mind. Say this, I'm nobody's victim. I will not be anybody's victim. This is meant for me because it is. You already have justice. You're starting off with the number 11 with justice. Listen, cause and effect, fairness. You will have that balance and everything balances itself out. You have the number 17, the star. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Four of Cups. You know what's best for you versus what's not. You're refusing offers. You're worried about if I let the right person in my life or the wrong person. Listen, keep everything to yourself. It's nobody's business. Now, Scorpio was here. We were talking about Scorpio before we got started with this reading, but Scorpio has arrived. This is the number 13. This is the Death card. When Scorpio comes in, Scorpio is putting an ending right here to the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, all of this negative thinking. You sabotage yourself. That's called self-sabotage when you feel like you're trapped, when you isolate yourself, when you go through all of this mental suffering and anguish and bring in all that unnecessary anxiety towards you. It's time to put it to bed. It's over. It's done. You're good. You were meant to have these blessings. So now when the Death card comes in, that's an ending to something. And that's an ending to this negative way of thinking. This is an ending to this negativity that you're bringing into your life. When you think about it, you bring it to you. So now, transformation. You're transforming. Listen, this is a new beginning for you. An end of a cycle. This is a renewal. You were meant to have all of this greatness. We have the Magician. You are the magician. The magician is the author. The magician waves their magic wand and they say abracadabra, and whatever they desire appears. You have all of these wishes on the board. The magician is very powerful. They're confident. The magician can make a rabbit appear out of their hat. A magician can make a person disappear. Let me tell you. So whatever you manifest, whatever you think about, you bring it towards you. This is you being creative in every area of your life. Concentrate. Concentrate when you manifest to have whatever it is that you desire. Concentrate on that. And that's an action. The magician is an action word because the magician can make $1 multiply into $1.7 billion for the lottery. I'm just saying that's what the magician can do. Now, we're moving on to the Two of Wands. We're in a rehab program. This is your first steps. Let me tell you, this is the Two of Wands. This is your first steps to your new beginning. You have two paths to take. You can stay in this misery feeling trapped and isolated, or we can bring you into this program to whereas you have to admit, yes, I let people manipulate me. Yes, I let people abuse me mentally and physically. Yes, I allow all this negativity to seep in my mind, making me feel less than. However, in this first step program, on this transformation, and now that you know that you are the magician, you are the author of your own story, the first step is, I'm ready to have what I am promised. What you said that you will give to me, and they revealed it to you, the star, the ace of cups, the four of cups. Scorpio came in to help you out a little bit. Scorpio said, we put in the ending to you suffering. No more suffering. Suffering doesn't belong in 2026. Feeling trapped, isolated. Here's the magic wand. Let's bring this into the recovery house. You have two paths to take. Either you can stay in this miserable situation, or you can move forward in this new direction, but it's your decision. So are we planning or are we staying? Are we making progress or are we going to keep doing the same thing? The partnership is the Two of Wands. The partnership is between you, right here, and your soul. So let's make that connection. Stay or go. Are you going to stay in that 2025 mind frame? Or are you moving forward in the new of 2026, setting a new foundation for yourself? Listen, the Two of Wands. We have some bonus cards over here. Don't forget, we have the Three of Swords, right? Someone suffered a heartbreak, 2025. Somebody got their feelings hurt. You suffer with heartbreak. And there was a lot of emotional pain. Somebody had a breakup or you felt betrayed by someone. Listen, you got to let that conflict go. If they were meant for you, they'll be back. And if they weren't, 2 tears in a bucket. Bucket, motherfucker. That's what we used to say when I was growing up. However, the next bonus card that you have is a number 4. Again, how many 4s do we have now? How many 4s? So we have holding on to something with the 4 of Pentacles. Listen, you can keep holding on to this pain or you can let it go. You could keep holding on to what could have or should have been. But coulda and shoulda doesn't help you progress and move forward. Now, you're guarded. You're guarded. 2026, you don't have to be guarded. Everybody is not going to do you the same way as someone did you before. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups. Once again, you have choices. Either you can be the star, right, of your show. You can be the star. We see that there's someone over here or there are many people that see you as the star. That's why they are jealous of you. They have this secret competitive streak about you. However, the number 17, the star says that you're healing. The star says you're supposed to be confident because when a star shines bright, that star shines brightly in front of everything and everyone, and it outshines everything and everyone. Do you know that every night there's only one shining star that shines the brightest, and that's someone right here. You will have your fame. You will have your fortune. The Ace of Pentacles clarifies that. With the 4 of Cups, you may be bored with the people that are going to be coming towards you. Like, I could do better. I don't want that. Let me tell you. But with the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, you have choices. Listen, move forward or stay where you are. You have so many opportunities to pick from. It's your choice. You are the magician. You're going to have some surprises, but they're going to be some great surprises. But there's a person here who has, you're very indecisive. Let me just say that. I feel a feeling of someone being very indecisive. Sometimes you have to close the door. You have to close the door on a situation, on people, or a person. Sometimes you do have to close the door. That's the truth. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. But this is a beautiful reading. Listen, there's so many wishes here. There are so many wishes here on this board. And it's a beautiful thing. Let me tell you, I need to close the door on someone too. And that's the truth. I'm giving someone one more chance, and I'm going to be honest here. But it's not even a chance to whereas I interact with this person. It's more so of a chance that I'm wishing someone well. And I hope that they take this opportunity that's being presented to them. So if they don't, I can't try to help anymore. But sometimes you got to let people go, no matter who they are or how close they are to you, and that's the truth. But this is, for me, this was a beautiful reading because there's so many blessings here on top of blessings on top of blessings. But I'm going to pull one card to close this reading. I feel like I'm talking out of my nose. Do it sound like that? It does, right? Yeah. That's not cute. My husband is laughing at me. He said it does sound like I'm talking out of my nose. We're going to pull one more card. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. I said one, we got three. The first card we're starting off with is fragmented. We all know what the definition to fragmented is. But that's a split in your energy. It's like the other card said before I started putting them up. Stay or go. Move forward or stay isolated, trapped where you are. Listen, you have too many things going on at once, but that's why you have so many wishes to clear your path. We have bridge. Bridge. Another phase of life. When you cross one bridge, you'll cross another. But there's a bridge to transitioning. So 2025 leads you into 2026. Do you want to bring the bullshit with you from 2025, or do you want to leave it there and to move into 2026 in a beautiful way? But you have to bridge the gap. We have dreams. This is someone reaching for their dreams. Before you make any wish, do that soul searching, that self-reflection, so you can make your wish properly. At the bottom of the deck, we have serendipity, which is a beautiful card to leave with because this is divine intervention. A lot of times when people have to leave things behind, whether it be material things, physical things, meaning a person or people, serendipity arrives and everything falls into place with divine timing. There's some happy surprises. Whomever resonated with this reading, there's going to be happy surprises for you right here, right now, going into your 2026 year. Somebody is going to have a fortunate stroke of luck. You have so many blessings here. And that was the bottom of the deck, serendipity. But I have the Phoenix staring me right in my face. So I'm going to pull one more. This is the Phoenix that rises from the ashes. And this is you being offered a second chance. So if your finances felt depleted, they're going to be replenished. If you have been unwell, you're going to be restored. You're going to be healthy. But this is the end of a desperate time. Because what does the Phoenix do? The Phoenix always rises from the ashes. Let me tell you. But I thank you all for your time. I sincerely do. I'm going to be posting this video in about an hour. I have to run outside. I'm going to get a frappe. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better. I'm going to get a frappe. I was about to say some french fries, but I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I'm so old school. I'm cooking some filled peas with some smoked turkey necks, right? I got them breaking down. Listen, I'm cooking tonight. I want some beans. You know, I'm a bean chick, you know. But I'll see you guys, and we're going to jump back on Aries. You're welcome. You're really welcome, really. And thank you to everybody that stayed. My readings are long, but I have fun with you guys tonight. Thank you to everybody that gave me a gift. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sonny, for staying. Sonny, you come. Sonny, you go. You come and go. I see you every once in a while. But thank you, guys. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you for your time. I know my readings are long. However, time is the only thing that we can't get back. But listen, this is what I look like. This is actually my pajamas. I just threw on a jean jacket to make it look good. I'm so relaxed today. I ain't do my hair. I'm looking crazy, but it's okay. This is me. But I will be back tomorrow, and we're on to the fire signs. And listen, I might do the onions tonight. I don't know. You know, I just don't want to smell like onions. I dislike smelling onions. I do, but I might do it. I should do it. My husband has been telling me to do it. I'm just don't want it near my bed, on my couch, on the floor. I don't know. I'm all messed up, right? But I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you all. Love and light.